Hey guys, this is Tartan coming at you with another game of Oblivion Remastered. We're here in Bravil. I love Bravil, what a great town. But what we're doing is saving it. I know, you thought we were going to rob the joint. No, we're saving it. For outside the gate, there's a very problematic portal into a demonic paradise. But it's not a worldly paradise. It's only a nice place for them. So we're going to try to shut down the door and let them stay on their side of the wall. I do want to stop off at the blacksmith and buy a sword, potentially. Not the Fighter's Guild, for that is not the same thing. Did I already go to the blacksmith in this town and find it underwhelming? I do not recall. It was right by where I saved the game. The Archer's Paradox. I think this guy just had, like, you know, swords. But we might just take... no. Bows, I mean. Alright, so, yeah, we did go in here and sell him things, which means he won't have anything suitable. I'm moderately tempted to just get an iron dagger, but not tempted enough to do it. I sure would be nice to have a good enchantment on something, though. Yeah, I don't wanna waste one of my enchantments on a lousy weapon. We could just try and fight some bandits and see how long it takes to get something better than we have.
All of the Bella's priestesses.
We can just walk outside of the door, see the portal into Demon Paradise, and just pass right by, right? We could do that.
Hello.
And that horse that I appropriated from a field, you know, now just follows me around everywhere, as if to say, are you going to be found guilty of this yet? But I'm not. For playing Oblivion means never having to say that you're sorry. Okay, we can't go in there. In conclusion, we're not going to... Oh, there's a little bedroll, that's nice. In conclusion, we're not going to enchant a new weapon before we go in. We're just gonna wing it. We're just gonna run in here pretending to have wings. It's gonna go great. Like, this Storm Matronac doesn't know what he's in for whenever my Daedroth realizes that he's there. You know, it's about to be over for you fools. Alright, we did the thing where we walked right through it again. I guess this is like a nice little imaginary tower. There's a lot of the architecture that doesn't make sense if you don't turn the gates on ever, which I very frequently would not do. I'd say maybe only on 10% of characters would I ever turn Oblivion gates on. Alright. We're gonna save, just because sometimes wonky things happen to you in Oblivion. Alright, now where do we need to go? Now, it probably wants us to go that way, but that doesn't mean we need to go that way. We need to go to the tower that has the fire at the top. That's the sigil tower, right? So we're going to see if we can get away with this. I bet we can. So we got a necklace to walk on top of water and or lava. So if we just get this spell and then we run fast, oh yeah. Oh yeah, who needs to go the way you're supposed to go? Not me. Absolutely not me. Anyway, this isn't even like as efficient as you can be in these places. This is just what we're doing here, and it's making me feel very proud of myself. Oh, they're like all the way over there. We're just gonna ignore them. Oh, now they're not all the way over there. We can't ignore them. That's not perfect. Alright, not with that. We're just going to pull out the Staff of Thunderbolts and pop off. The staff is amazing. We could use the Dremora Longsword to have an enchantment on, but they're very heavy for the power, and I would prefer to not, you know. That's just what I would prefer. Oh, we've got another one there. That's fine, though. After all. Oh, doesn't have enough charge. Well, it's no longer fine. Oh, Spider Daedra. Now we're in some trouble. Alright, we're gonna run all the way over here. We're just gonna be very evasive. Get over here. Oh yeah, now we're good. Daedroth is gonna pop him in the back. Easy peasy. And that Dremora is not long for this world either. He was quite low. I don't even think they can get up here. Oh yeah, look at me now. Look at me now. Okay, never mind. They're kind of quick, these spiders. They're kind of good at the wall running. Maybe I shouldn't brag so much. It'll be all right. These are just Spider Daedra after all. The real dangerous ones have already popped me. I mean, I'm sure that spell does a lot of damage, right? I'm sure it does, but as a champion of the game who's a Breton with the Lordstone, I'm 65% magic resist. And then we got, like absorb. We've got good stuff when it comes to not taking. Oh, by the way, we should put reflect spell on. Very, very nice to do. Since we should not have to lava walk anymore here. Grab the hearts. I should probably stop selling them like I've been doing and make them into potions instead. But hey, what are you gonna do? Sometimes you just see something that weighs 2 in your inventory and you think, oh no, absolutely not. Not on your life are we going to do that. But anyway, after taking a very quick route up, we take a long fight with multiple opponents. But the important thing is we're already at the tower. So we saved, a lot of time. But what, like 10 minutes? If you can go around, it's good to do so. Because, there's plenty of space in the game for us to level up more. And why not look at that silly gate and just think, what if I went around it? What if I walked? Oh no, I'm being shot. Alright. And did we get a trap for the star? Yes, alright, so we can go ahead. Yeah, it's a 3200 charge on the staff, so we could get a couple in it. But the thing is that it wasn't full at the first place, and it's very strong. Like, we can really clear a room with it, so that was a great item to get. I mean, sure, we should get a spell that's that good, but we would run out of MP. I remember wishing that I could enchant my own staves to do, my nefarious bidding. Oh, so this guy summoned a Spider Daedra. Man, what a champ. At least I think that's what was going on there. Alright, we're going outside so that we can isolate this fight in a bigger area, possibly split off some of our opponents, but certainly I don't want to fight inside there. Alright, they should be coming out any moment now. Any day now. Alright, they are not. They do not care. Well, in that case, it's right back to the grind, right back to the pain. Alright, there we go. So, I was like, I thought we got the one. There are two of them, and they're both summoners. That's outrageous. That was supposed to be my thing. Whoops. I was doing that all sorts of wrong. What I meant to do was soul trap it, but I don't know if you can soul trap their summons or not. Seems like a thing I should know. Definitely seems like a thing I should know. But yeah, so they both were summon class Tremora, and one was summoning Spider Daedra, which is so rough. I mean, I could do it. That would be fine, but when they do it, it's wrong. This staff shoots me with something green, which I don't really find inspiring. Oh, it silences me. Well, that's, you know, theoretically bad. However, my Daedroth has plenty of life in him. We're just going to pop another one there. Yeah, they all know how to summon stuff now. And unfortunately, if we don't get some non-sentient Daedra, we're going to have some non-functioning soul stones. And won't be able to get some charge back into our things. But before long, I'm sure we'll run into somebody that can help us with that regard. Where was the staff? Staff of Silence. Nope, that was Dremora Claymore. So where is the one with the sword? Rather, the staff. Grand Ring of Frost Shield. Well, not a good item, but it will sell for a good amount. It's just a very low percentage, right? Like 9%, when you can get like Spell Absorb that does that, but better. Does it give you like shield also? And I just don't know, and it's better than I think. Let's check that. I think some of the alteration spells there, like Frost Shield, actually gives you like shield plus the frost resist, in which case it would be good, because it would be like different than fire resist. Is it a different suffix? Yeah, resist fire and fire shield are different. You know, I think actually, yeah. Yeah, that's right. So the fire shield gives you your resist plus like the shield from the alteration school, which is basically a resist damage percentage reduction. That goes up to 85. It's always 85 in these games. You can get a higher with the physical ones. Sometimes they let you go a little higher, but it's usually always 85. Oh, come on, hit him. There we go. Fighting on inclines is pretty bad for us. If there was some weird trap around here, we could try to manipulate it, but it doesn't work. We tank a power hit like a champ. Of course, we now have 2 steel skin rings plus, you know, a big HP pool. So now finally, at the very end of the game, we can stand to get hit by our enemies without dying. Right when it no longer matters over much how hardy we are. These guys are just totally chumps. Like, what are they even trying to do? You're gonna get through my shield? You won't. I'm too smart. I'm too quick. I'm too tough. Also, I've got a huge dinosaur buddy. The cornerstone of any nutritious breakfast. And the desire for heroism and fame. And that is going to be far greater than any of these emo kids are able to fight against, you know. Because they don't want glory the way I do. They're just doing it, you know. It's just what they do. They're not motivated by greatness, and you can tell that they really phone it in on some of these fights. But all right, now we are talking. Finally, we have a normal fight without summoners, just a couple of guys with huge things that want to. Oh no! I'm paralyzed. That's real bad. Fortunately, this guy is so bad at hitting me that with that huge amount. Okay, we're gonna run back in here now. Man, that was rough. Fortunately, yeah, we were on an incline and we were able to somehow not get popped by that long paralyze. I don't even know if there was like a spider danger I didn't see. I do know that these guys are much too dangerous if you can't physically walk. It's a little bit rough. So there's either a spider daedra out there somewhere. That's the most likely conclusion, right? Either a summoned one or we got hit by a spell, which could happen. My Daedroth really needs to get with the program. There we go. Now he's in the game again. Now we're talking. And now, final room. I think the Sigillium is always the final room. Yeah. Yep, final room it is. And there's a whole lot of action, it looks like. We got wizards plenty. We got probably a conjured Atronach. Yeah, certainly a conjured Atronach. But the Daedroth wants this very specific blood. You know, we might just make a break for it. I think that's what we do, because that's a big fight. And there we go. Well, it's not great, but the price was right. And I think it's really smart that they did the gates the way that they did. There is the Bravil gate, sorted out, taken care of. This Daedroth is not my Daedroth. This Daedroth is an enemy. My Daedroth will save them. just repair our stuff real quick. And these greaves have just like a trash durability. They don't hold up well under repeated bashing at all. And now everyone here is going to be so nice to us. But we're going to go to sleep before we bother.
We all owe you a debt of gratitude for closing that Oblivion gate. Thank you. Need a bite to eat? Maybe something to wash it down? There's a room free, all right? Right. Good day.
He's still got to make his money, but you'd think that you would get one night free in the inn after saving the city. You'd be wrong. But you would think that. But it's all fine. I don't do it for praise. I do it for the loot. Speaking of, let's check our stone. It's another shock stone. That's alright, They can be a lot of different things. I don't know all the things they can be. But they're, like an upper level enchantment. I think they're better than Grand Soul Gems percentage-wise that you get out of it. They might be, like, different, though, in some cases. Because you can get, like, more than 25 damage out of a Grand Soul Gem on an item. It runs out quick, but it hits like a champ. Yeah, I guess we could just carry the Long Sword of Flames along with us. Although, it weighs 36. And it does fire damage, which we don't care about because we're closing Oblivion gates. We need, the other ones. So I think we'll just sell it.
Perhaps you need new armor, a weapon,
and hope to eventually get something more reasonable.
That seems a fair price. Goodbye.
We'll just drop on by the castle and accept our accolades. Our compliments from the chef and the count, and then we will carry on our merry little way. I love Bravil. I think it's so cool. I like that it's run down, and I like that there's a river in the middle of it. Not really a river, you know what I mean. A tributary.
Good morning.
It's a classy place. It's got a lot of character. The little small poor town of Tamriel.
My pleasure, really.
And here, this count doesn't have another chair. He doesn't want anybody else to sit with him. Wait, what? No, oh no! Something's going down. Okay, so this was Hans Blacknail. He has a key to the castle.
Body's still warm. Looks like there's a killer about.
And this guard is like, body's still warm. Looks like there's a killer about. Sir, you are not watching. We have the skeleton key now, so we don't actually have to try. But we also have the skeleton key now, so with 40 additional security, it doesn't hurt anything to try. Yeah, I'm like, if they're gonna let me open these, there you go, we'll just auto-attempt it. Like, they're not gonna let me take the stuff, right? It's just replicas anyway. It's always so heartbreaking when you're in a game and you're like, oh, I'm gonna break in and take this stuff, and then it's like a fake.
Oblivion gate, wasn't it? That was a brave thing to do.
Yes, Count Regulus, it was.
Thank you for closing the Oblivion gate that was threatening Bravil. I will send my guard captain, Viera Laris, to Bruma's aid.
Yes, you will.
I've sent... Bye.
All right.
Hello. I look forward to fighting these Daedra side by side with the hero of Kavat. Well, some is better than none. Bye.
All right, so she says we've still got work to do. And that's fair.
Greetings, Brett.
I agree. All right, next we are going to Bruma, or to Skingrad. Now the thing is that I believe I've already cleared the Skingrad gate. I cleared one right outside of the town. I don't know if it's the one that you have to clear for the quest, or if they mark one now that you're on the quest. We'll figure that out. But principally what we're worried about is trying to get into a few fights, maybe find a sword to enchant with shock. Maybe a dagger, that'd be better. Maybe a sword and a dagger, that'd be nice.
Greetings, present.
And we can use a random quest without a marker to push all the markers off, rather than having one that'll take us a place we don't want to go. All right, little ogre magic. Use this opportunity to blow him up with spells slightly. Like, man, went through a lot there trying to make sure that I got this soul. Oh, the ogres have grand souls? Are you joking? That's crazy. Okay, maybe that dude was tougher than I thought. Well, that's a horse of a different color. Alright, so we've got two choices. Well, we've got tons of choices. But I think what we'll do, even though I would... No, I kind of want to... No, we're not gonna start playing differently just because we got a grand soul in there. We're gonna carry on. It's like I want to go home and enchant this onto something, but you know, we'll work it out some other way, and we'll just recharge our staff. And yeah, I mean, there's plenty of opportunities to get grand souls, plenty of them. I don't know what they are, but there's plenty of them. And we're gonna fortify our speed and get to running. Now, of course, it'd be better if we had like an athletic spell as well, but this is still pretty good because speed in excess of 100 does work, and this takes us to about 100 anyway. 102, yep. Because I made this spell before we were 100 in Resto, but we should be able to do an even faster runny, jumpy, sprinty sort of thing with time. But we're already fast enough to where the enemies just can't catch us. Alright, so that bear was not even what he cared about. Got it. He was probably chasing after a deer or something silly. I see the wolf, but we're just gonna ignore him. What are our skills at now? 48 light armor. Sweet. We're getting there. Even our blade skill's getting up. Even our destruction skill is getting up gradually. No. We need to get to 50 illusions so we can start casting some cool little chameleon and illusion invisibility spells potentially. Because you can, you know, when you're running through the Oblivion gate, you can just make yourself very difficult to see. You can give yourself 100 chameleon, and then the enemies literally can't see you ever, but that's not very sporting, I don't think. I could see it being a character thing that, like, that was the idea all along, was to become a master of invisibility. Like my other character who wanted to be the greatest illusion mage in the land, but, you know, it's still, once you can interact with objects and hit people without being seen, it's less than a single player game. It's a no player game, you know. You just walk around and hit things. Technically, you're engaged. I guess I shouldn't say that other people aren't playing the game if they choose to play it very differently than me. Fort Velasтерis, eh? Who knows what evil lurks within? The shadow knows. And these lousy pants and helmet. It's a bunch of lousy stuff that just wants to break. Oh. Well, I got some bad news about this place. That's right, it's infested with wolves. Very intense stuff. I'm like, we're expecting a vampire. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, walk down that hallway, see what happens. You're supposed to hit her. Yeah, she's much too evasive. There we go, Elven Longsword. Now we're talking. Not a very creative name. Alright, friendship over with short sword of cold. And now a glorious, crackly longsword of elvenness is mine. We're just gonna hit an auto open, and it works. And this is, of course, where the vampire slept. They held onto some garlic. That's pretty funny stuff. A master calcinator. Nice. I was gonna be like, well, that was great. We're done, right? I'm like, no, we're not. We are not done. There's much more to do. Oh, and this dude's got a glass dagger. We're gonna be able to make another one. Alright. So that went rather well. Elven Curus, excellent. Normally we don't take it off the bodies of the dead, but I forgot. Alright, we'll put it back. After all, he was an enemy. You know, we put it back on him. Arms and armor are fine. Alright, so now we got a glass dagger, and we'll be able to... get it as well. Now this is a little bit too many things to carry. We could just keep the sword of shock and dagger of shock and ditch the short sword of cold. Because the short sword of cold is only a 10 damage enchantment, right? So that's probably what we'll do. There's precious little that's resistant to shock. There's the Storm Axe, which we do run into. But I think that's not important enough to worry about the shock enchant on the sword not hitting them. I'd prefer to have a cold one, but you know, you work with what you have access to.
Let's get this over with.
Nice. Like, man, we're really loaded up with junk. It's my alchemy stuff. All right, time to do some mid-place alchemy. First up, a Daedra Heart, and then anything that goes with that. Alright, what else weighs too much? Seems good. That'll probably give us, what, some? Yeah, merely some carry weight back. We'll eat the crab meat. Oh, we're carrying 2 pumpkins. We're just going to eat them. Alright, now that's better. And yeah, the barbed arrows, they weigh a lot, so it's like they hit you. Whoops, Orcish shield, well, I guess we'll take it. And then you get weighed down because they're stuck in you. We get decent, not so decent. There'll be another major room, right? You don't find a vampire den without a patriarch. Maybe you do. All right, well, you know, maybe you do. Still, it was a great detour. It got us exactly what we needed. Vampirism. No, it's not just what we needed. It is what we got, but I think we can just go ahead and take care of that. And continue on towards good old Skingrad. Repair our armor real quick. Yeah, but I mean, a master alchemy thing is really nice, and then also to get... We don't really need that spell, but you know, a couple more weapons to stack our enchants on, and they'll last a lot longer than the enchant that we had on that dwarven short sword, which was a lower level enchant. You know, we've been rocking that sword for a long time. But now we'll be doubling or maybe tripling our damage. I think more like doubling. Troll just getting killed. Of course, by the time you're level 22, trolls aren't so bad, you know, till you run into the special trolls. Yeah, so this gate is here, so it's possible that Skingrad will have a gate they want us to do. I did one outside of the city, but there are lots of gates.
Hello there.
We'll knock on his door and say, "Hello, I have noticed that you may be having a problem. Perhaps we could be of assistance. You see, I'm an adventurer by trade. Tizzy is the name, and I will ignore the glint in your eyes if you will just send people to Bruma." Yeah, that'll work. They won't be able to say no. He'll be moved. Speaking of moving, we're gonna move ourselves to get some of this sold to get another level in the bank, and then move on towards the castle. Level first. Two Sisters Lodge, the least friendly innkeepers in all the land. But hey, the price is right.
May your
I'm
kills be
through
quick
talking.
and many.
And we're just gonna... Look. To a person with the skeleton key, all locks, all of them, are just mere suggestions that desperately wish to be opened. Level 22! We'll be at 50 acrobatics before too long, which will just be wonderful. We're hitting all of our nice mid-game breakpoints after we're, you know, level 22, which feels like an end-game level, but, you know, playing on expert, definitely, you know, because it takes more iterations of your combat loop to finish combat, you level up faster. per you know, unit of things that you're doing. Now I need to find a fine shop. The baker's house. Yeah, that's cool that he's got an advertisement. I mean, a baker would, but what we need is the merchant street.
Who will help an old beggar?
Where the better inn is at, where the Colovian traders are, because we've got some stuff to divest ourselves of.
I offer the finest goods and lowest prices in all Cyrodiil. That's a fair deal. That's a fair deal. That's a good deal. You drive a hard bargain. That's more than I... That's a good... An excellent bargain. You drive a hard bargain. That's more... That seems...
Water breathing potion might actually be worth holding on to, but I just wouldn't even remember I had it.
Good bit of gold. That seems a fair price. You got a great deal.
Chameleon potions you might want. I probably should have kept that fortified endurance potion too, you know, for like a boss fight, which I theoretically might think about having.
Let's see. That's a good deal. A good price for a... That's a good deal.
All right, excellent.
Thanks for your business.
Like, wait, no, we need to...
Now let's do business.
If we could get, like, some mithril for sale somewhere, but we can't. All right, we're just going to buy some repair hammers. No, we're not. Alright, we've got 10 grand now, which is enough for, like, all of the house upgrades to Frostcrag. Alright. 145 carry weight with the full set of our alchemy gear with 2 different weapons. Feels nice. And, of course, the Elven Longsword is the prettiest. Now, let's go and talk to the man upstairs here. Wait, am I supposed to go to Kvatch for this? Okay. Okay. I did not realize. Maybe somebody should give that guy a memo. Oh, that's the wrong way. Alright, to get to the castle, you just cross around the outside, right? The other way will be faster. I'm not sure how this will work anyway, because as we know, the Count is not what he appears to be, which is a reclusive person. He's actually a reclusive vampire, and so he may elect not to see me. I guess I could just break into his chambers and then confront him with my idea. Can I make this jump? I don't think from this side. I think we got to go around. Because the jump's much easier to make here, because you can just jump on the side, and you don't even have to have, like, big ups to get in. Just in case you ever want to walk around the side.
Yes? Hello?
Like, I might get arrested. We should probably save it first.
I'm
Hello.
sorry. We've not met. I'm
I think he was about to
Hasselhoff.
accuse me of trespassing, but we can distract him by doing this.
Skingrad, whatever you may think of me, I still protect my own. This is my city, and Mehrunes Dagon will not have it while I remain Count of Skingrad.
Alright, so we do have to get rid of the gate.
Be seeing you.
Yeah, be seeing you, absolutely. Don't worry, I was just leaving. It's like I definitely wasn't supposed to do that, but hey, you know,
Scan is really good with his.
you've gotta do what you gotta do. All right. Time to crack this Oblivion gate. Okay, so the marker on the map is just incredibly flawed. That's the gate. This is the one that he's so concerned with. This one's so far off the road. Okay. Oh no, what have I done? What have I done? Oh, what? No. Why is this going on? Okay. I must have hit some button that I wish didn't exist. Everything's the same again. You gotta say one thing about this gate. It has style, right? No soul gem large enough. Well, that's a good problem to have. Yeah, so there's a ton of charges that you get from these. Just yeah, the Dwarven short sword had like 800 charges. This one probably, you know, it takes more of them, but this one's got vastly more than that. All right, so we just need to go. Okay, it's a 3-parter. So is this going to be one where it's like a bridge one? Because we need to get to that one, but it's got to be high up. I think, yeah, so we have to do one tower and then the other. I don't think there's a way to, like, do these quicker necessarily. But you know what? Why don't we just see? Let's try to do one with no combat at all. Let's just try to bash through it. I should have started the timer. Oblivion portal 90%. Oh no. So, of course, they've got doors like that sometimes you can't. Alright, well that didn't last too long. Alright, so you can't go through that door. 80%, no deaths. So that's not the door, then we need to go further up immediately? No, just right here. Because even if we're dragging like a lot of dudes, I'm not convinced that they know what's up. You know, we just need to keep on running. Because those dudes don't have the slightest idea what's going on, right? They don't know anything. They're just like some minor chump Tremora. And again, if you don't see a shadow or a spider Daedra, then, you know, you can do this. There won't be any weeks of winter or anything. And that's how to evade a spider Daedra. And here, of course, you do have to theoretically wait a little bit, but if you just dodge, because the point is that you have one that you do, and then one that you start at the top, and you can just bash the other lock. But little do they know that I'm not subject to their restrictions. So they want you to go around. We're not going to do that. We're going to... Whoops, sorry, Daedroth. Alright, so are we in the wrong tower? No, we're in the right tower. So, We're just going to save real quick. So what the game wants you to do is go down through the tower to connect there. But what we're going to do is a real pro gamer move. Where you jump on the side of the tower, right? Just like that. And depending on your athletics and your speed and such, it's off to the clean races. And we're just going to keep running. These jokers can't keep up. Look, I've already closed an Oblivion gate today. We're going to do this the old-fashioned way, by being quicker than our opponents. By being just, like, much faster than they even thought possible. You can't catch me. I am literally the Flash. Garbage. So there should be like a good punished here somewhere on this level, but if we don't find it, we don't find it. Yep. Alright, and that's how to do an Oblivion gate kind of quick. Because again, they literally don't care if you did hero stuff or not. They are like, oh man, you must have tried really hard. They don't know anything. What kind of stone did we get? 20% shield? Oh yeah, now we're talking. Now that is probably as good as you can get, right? Off of one of those. I need to get. We could put it on in the mithril boots. I love mithril. I would prefer to get like, you know, like a mithril helmet or something to put it on, but we might just put it on the mithril boots. And then become tremendously hardier and more resilient just overnight. Yeah, I think we'll just put it on the mithril boots. After all, mithril's good. It'd be better if it was glass. Can't wait when enemies are nearby. Who would be chasing me? I'm a hero. We're just gonna break into the Count's chambers again in the middle of the night, and he will put up with it because of course he will. They might have seen me go in. It'll be okay. Because again, the Count does not want me here, but if you talk to him before he complains...
Your bravery is the talk of Skingrad.
If you talk to them before they complain, they don't care that you've broken into their house.
Mehrunes Dagon has no more love for my kind than for my mortal subjects. Less, perhaps, as we make poor slaves. You have helped me by closing the Oblivion gate near Skingrad. I will likewise help you by sending aid to Bruma.
Woohoo!
Mehrunes, you... Goodbye.
That Oblivion gate. You'll have to speak. Be seeing you.
And she was like coming up to yell at me for being here probably, and then she realized, oh, you're the hero. You closed the Oblivion gate. She got totally distracted from being mad at me. And that's what you can do when you're a hero. You can make people forget that they're even mad. Alright, so that was a wonderful Oblivion gate. Super clean. Alright, like, how do we go downstairs? Literally, how? Alright, here we go.
My pleasure, really.
But we do need to, sleep overnight. We gotta wait for,
Hello.
the day. Ooh, I like that. Look at the lamps. I like that a lot. Let's just jump down here. It probably won't hurt. We'll get a room for the night, and then we'll pop into the Mages Guild, which we're not a member of. I keep saying it to remind myself so I don't accidentally rob them. Because normally you can take anything that's not nailed down, but we are not affiliated with them. And it's very important that we recall that. But I need to see if they've got any spells for the old book. And then we'll also look around and see if we can get, like, I mean, maybe putting them on the mithril boots is fine.
Good tidings, citizen.
Yes, indeed. Good tidings indeed. For I have saved everyone. What a champion. What a hero. Though I say so myself.
Don't be shy. Join the guild. You won't regret it.
Did I go into the wrong place? Like, no, this is an inn, is it not? We're just gonna sit here and wait. It said Sindarian's basement. Is this where old Sindarian of the Nirnroot fame hangs out? Very well might be. I know he lives here. I forgot where exactly.
For Lord Dagon!
What?
This ends here!
Am I supposed to be impressed?
Only the chosen will survive the cleansing.
Elsa Godhater? You're a cultist? But the Daedra are gods too.
Worm.
Elsa Godhater, I thought you and me were gonna get married and settle down. Elsa Godhater, I expected better from you.
Good morning.
Yep, good morning, alright. Pay no attention to the body. You know, that's the worst thing about this questline. Poor Elsa Godhater. Exposed as a liar. The innkeeper was probably laying down. That would make sense.
Have a look around. You won't find better prices in all Tamriel. Good day.
Alright, so none of those are gonna help us.
Good. Safe travels. Take care. May I interest you in some of my fine wares?
Alright, so disintegrate armor. I mean, that could be sort of alright, but, like, it's not really what we care about. We've already got shock damage stuff. Alright, weakness to frost and weakness to shock. That's what we need. Now, we're talking telekinesis, theoretically useful.
A pleasure. Let's get to trading. Be seeing you.
You can't train me in conjuration. You don't know anything I don't know.
Finest goods and lowest prices in all Cyrodiil.
So it's like all of these. Okay, so Storm Atronach, yeah, we'll grab that. Weakness to magic, yeah, we'll grab that. Damage, generic health, disintegrate weapon. Yeah, we'll grab those because I totally want to get like a
Farewell.
a disintegrate weapon
Look,
on
you
a sword
smell
or
of
something.
death. Oh.
No, it
Only
is not
quality
about
goods for sale
joining the
here.
Mages Guild,
What can I
ma'am.
interest
I
you
don't
in?
want to join you. You joking?
I don't mean good day.
Because it's like they do destruction spells, but because of how destruction is, your creativity is often better than what they have access to. But if you're playing like me, a character that doesn't join the guild, then being able to buy those would be nice. And if you're playing like, you know, because now you've got the Frostcrack Spire where you can do your own spell crafting without joining in the guild, but that's like an expansion downloadable content thing. So I don't remember ever buying those upper level sort of quests, not quests, upper level spells for destruction, because mainly at that point you make your own, right? So do we like go to Kvatch and we try to convince them to help out Bruma even though they've already been burned to the ground? Maybe. Seems fine. Hello. Hey, you're not my friend.
You move like a pregnant cow.
How rude. You know, we'd have better armor if we engaged in the looting of the slain foes, but that's not who we are. Well, who we are is very fast. A very swift runner. Yeah, we'll probably... Yeah, let's just put the shield on the boots. What'll it hurt? Nothing. Alright, now it costs much less fatigue to jump. Marvelous. It's just what we always dreamed of. Also giant bears. That's not what we always dreamed of, but it's what we've got. Well, I forgot to get the soul trap in time. You know, when you're relying on summons to do the bulk of your damage, sometimes it's like that, you know. But now that we've got a better sword and all, like, it's not such an outsized contribution that it's doing. It's still probably, you know, like 80%, but it's not 90 anymore.
You'll never take me down.
And we could pick up both of those things. I'm like, we have to be like just at the end of it, but you know, that'll still be a pretty penny. I mean, theoretically. Don't see where we'd have the opportunity to sell them anywhere along this road. Did that troll just try to like karate kick my Daedroth? Well, he brought kung fu to a dinosaur fight. And the sun is the last light he'll ever see. And that's what you get for fighting my dinosaur.
Kvatch was rebuilt from ruins once before and shield. Thanks. What can I interest you in?
Hey, there we go.
Good day.
Well, you know, she doesn't sell what I would like her to, but... Hey, okay, so she
How may I help?
will buy things for 200, you know, we're gonna sell these for that, even though it's like
I appreciate.
a few hundred lower than we would get.
Bye. Why have I... Good day.
But we'll go up here, and I imagine we'll do the battle for Kvatch the next video. Yeah, we're definitely getting to the time where I need to go to work. Shield boots.
We did it. Goodbye.
We've done it. I can. Oh yes, you've. I won't take a.
Alright, so we haven't done Battle for Kvatch yet, so we definitely have to do it first. Does the altar still work? Yeah, the altar of the 9 still functions wonderfully. Well, I don't have time to do the Battle for Kvatch right now, sadly. But that'll be something to do for the next video. The broken stained glass, the sky above, and the clouds with it. It'll be a nice thing to do that's not inside of an Oblivion gate, that still is just like being inside of an Oblivion gate. This shot right here of looking down and seeing Anvil, just love it. What a beautiful game, having the best time, but for right now, that's all I've got for you. Off to work for me. I'll probably be back in, 12 or 13 hours, maybe stream, maybe not, but, the future is uncertain. The only thing that is certain is that I'm about to wrap this up. So you guys have a good one, and if you're watching in the future, I hope the weather is nice. Perhaps I'll see you in another stream or video.